What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel. You thought this was just some sort of setup for the thumbnail, but it's actually a gigantic unboxing. So I have stuff here from Buzbe Fishing, a big order from Omnia, an order from Tackle Warehouse, some rod gloves that have our logo on them. That was actually a surprise. Some gifts from Debo's Fishing. Don't worry, they're not in there. I've already set them up. A bougie spinning reel, and a little gift from Dehukr. So we're gonna check that out as well. So needless to say, lots of things in this unboxing, so we're gonna dive into it. I am rolling solo today because Paul decided that he's gonna go by himself and do a really cool shoot with Crescent kayaks and end up with the new Smalley SF kayak. Good for him. I'm not jealous at all. Doesn't matter, because now I'm gonna keep all of this and he can't have any of it. So there. But also we're gonna hit the river tomorrow with our Newport. So instead of spending the day filming, I'm gonna knock this out today, fish tomorrow. So let's crack these boxes open. I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll start at the top of the mountain. Recently, you may have seen a little shopping video that we did where we're picking out a whole bunch of stuff for spring fishing. And I'm excited to say it's all here. So I get to show all of it to you up close rather than just on the websites. So first up, the stuff we ordered from Tackle Warehouse. We ended up getting the new Evo Mini Max as well as the new smaller chatter shads. So the Evo Mini Max is the new Mini Max, right? So previously they had a Mini Max, which is just a downsized chatterbait. And now they've added it to the Evo series. What does that mean for you? Well, one, it's 10 bucks. So you can save yourself, I believe, $1 or $2 off of what it was. And number two, it gives you a whole bunch of new color options for that series. Here's actually a classic color though. We got the white chartreuse Evo Mini Max. Here it is next to the regular Evo. So side-by-side comparison of the size of those blades and the jig heads. Noticeably smaller, much shorter shank hook on these as well. So if you're looking for a compact chatterbait design, I think these are fantastic, and 10 bucks is a pretty solid price point for them. They do also have a wire-tied skirt. I think these things are made really well, and I think the price point is pretty good. So there's the white chartreuse. We got that in 3/8 of an ounce, and then this one is my favorite, and this one is actually in a 1/4 ounce. So it'll be a little bit smaller even than this other Mini Max. Check it out. There you go. Jig head's a little bit smaller. Blade obviously the same size. Other thing about these is they have the weights printed on the jig head, which is really nice. So here's that bluegill in a 1/4 ounce. I love this colorway. I think it's fantastic, and it's caught me a zillion fish. On the full-size version, never had it in the Mini Max, so I'm excited to test it out in the Mini Max. What are we gonna pair up with these? Well, we've got the new 3.5-inch chatter shad. So the normal chatter spikes, chatter shads are 4.5 inches. So you're shaving a whole inch off of that sucker. And we ended up grabbing the bluegill color, which at first I was like, what the freaking heck is this color? Because it's so weird looking with the blue in there. It's actually awesome, and it pairs perfectly with the chatterbaits. And then we got the white chartreuse. So check this out. This is what you end up with. Nice and stretchy Elastec material, and the joint gives it a ton of action. Those chatter shads pair up perfectly with these Mini Maxes. Look at that profile. Legit. And here is the bluegill as well. Awesome. So these are a lot of fun to fish with. I'm actually going to go throw this in the river this weekend, tomorrow. So that should be a lot of fun. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Probably be a video that you'll see soon. A couple other things we grabbed from Tackle Warehouse. We got the Motion Minnow from Motion Fishing. This thing is pretty dang cool. Check this out. So 4.5 inches, super skinny tapered body with the wings there and sort of a probe style tail. So it's gonna have a lot of action. Now this is a really good option for strolling and rolling. So we got some range rollers, one of our favorite strolling or rolling rigs that you can grab. And we grabbed 2 different weights and sizes for that. So we got a 332 and a 1/0 hook, and a 1/8 and a 3/0 hook. Check that out. So this is on the 3/0 hook. A little bit of longer shank hook on that one. You could drop down to the 1/0 as well. This one comes in at 3.5 grams or around 1/8 of an ounce. But look at that. That should be really fun as just like a power stroll. So that's gonna be cool. I'm gonna leave that rigged. If you guys are looking to get into strolling or rolling rigs, mid-strolling is typically what you'd use something like this for. I would always recommend the Owner range rollers. I think they're fantastic hooks. They're well made, they're from Owner. It's something I have faith in and that I can easily recommend to anybody. And they are amongst amongst the like more affordable, surprisingly enough, options that are coming out for strolling rigs, quantity wise, because you get 4 to a pack. They're $7.29 on Tackle Warehouse. There's a lot of new brands dropping these for like $9, $10 for a 2 or a 3 pack. So it's a much higher cost per jig. So just go owner. Next up, we got an Omnia order here. This is where we spent all the money, by the way, because the first thing I got from Omnia was a friggin' Stratic. I was looking for a little more of a bougie reel option. If you guys know me, if you know us actually on the channel, we don't spend a lot of money on spinning reels. We typically will spend $100 or less. We feel that that's all you really need. In this case, I opted to spend up a little bit, mostly because we were lucky enough to be sent one of these. So this is also part of the unboxing today. The Great Lakes Finesse CX, it's a lot of finesses, a spinning rod. So they have 3 models of this from Great Lakes Finesse. We think they're all fantastic. They are very expensive. They are $3.99. So 100% right here, I'll say it, this isn't for everybody. This is for the individual who really wants that extra sensitivity, and you definitely get this. I've had a chance to actually fish with this now a couple of times. It's insanely sensitive because they're using this full carbon handle. So carbon is going to be the most sensitivity that you can get. It's essentially like you're just holding the rod blank the entire way. So every single thing that your lure, whatever you're throwing, in this case I got a little Helger, my Ned set up on a little football head there. Whatever you're throwing, every single thing it touches, you're going to feel. And you will easily be able to tell the difference between fish, grass, rock, etc. So on, you know, maybe cork handle or foam handle rods or less sensitive rods, you're kind of like, what is that? I don't know. Was that a bite? If you've ever felt that way, maybe this is something you'd be interested in. If you don't want to spend the money on this, I totally get it. That said, now that I have it, pretty stoked about it. So I ended up throwing the Stratic on here. And this is now my ultra bougie setup. Trust me guys, I don't have many of these. Most of my stuff is in the more value conscious pricing tier, but I am excited that I got a chance to test this out. The CX model that Paul and I ended up going with, we got the same one, is the 7.4 medium light. 7.4 medium light is a great option, do all type of rod, and it'll run 1/8 to 3/8 ounce in terms of your weights. It's a fast action, very sensitive tip to it, more like a mod fast maybe. You can see where the rod is flexing there, but this thing does have a surprising amount of backbone. Like you wouldn't think that from a medium light. I know, at least personally, I didn't when I first got into my first medium light setups, but it does. And like I have set the friggin' hook on this thing in the last couple of days. Really fun to fish with, hypersensitive. Thing I haven't tested on it yet is the Stratic. It looks really similar to the Nasi, which is something I found interesting, right? So the Nasi being the $100 model, this being the $200+ model, but it's much lighter. It's built with much more premium components, so it should fish like a dream. We're gonna find out. We're fishing the river tomorrow, so I'm not taking this setup with me. I'm taking a beater setup with me instead. But next time I get out on the lake, I will be testing this out, and I'm really excited about it. Other thing that you'll notice on the Great Lakes Finesse rod is you get these microwave guides. And I know some people are like in, some people are out on it. I'm personally in on them. I think they're great. I've been using them on another brand, actually, Fish NFX, from our buddy Doug, who we got connected with last year. Every one of his rods has the microwave guide on them, and I don't believe it's a gimmick. I think they're great. I do feel that I can get a better casting distance with them, especially when this one pairs up with much smaller diameter guides all throughout, and you're using a good finesse line, especially if you start with braid, like you're gonna have a good casting distance. And that's what these are made for. It's meant to cast a long distance and really play those fish and give yourself a better chance of hooking up because you're not fishing as close. Overall, really cool rod and really cool reel that I'm excited to test out. Should also point out that it's the Stratic FM, the 2500 HG model. So if you're looking for all the specific details, go ahead and check that out on Tackle Warehouse or Omnia or wherever you like to buy your fishing stuff. I will say, just like going by feel, this combo right now is the lightest setup that I have. It's absolutely insane, and I'm really stoked to fish this out. That Stratic definitely feels like an ultra premium option. Okay, let's get into the baits. So from Omnia, what we ended up grabbing starts with the Trick Shad, which was new last year from Buka brand. So what you have is a $40 glide bait. Wow, that white really just glared up. We ended up getting a matte white and a matte like shad option in these, which either one of these should be great. So this is the Pearl Bone. Come here, buddy. Oh, what? I didn't expect the tail to be that soft. That is a plush tail. That is replaceable. You got the little tab there, so you can replace that. So here's the Pearl Bone color. I'm loving this. This is 1000% gonna catch me some fish. Got a good bit of action on the single joint there. Kind of a finesse treble almost. Like I'm used to seeing 6-inch glide, you know, yeah, you're gonna downsize your hooks a little bit. I'm used to seeing a little bit bulkier hooks on these. Also check that out. So you get the swivel ring on the bottom. That's nice, makes it a lot harder for a fish to shake the hook. And you get the super heavy duty split ring up front as well. From what I've seen, these fish really, really well. Look at the action of that tail, that's the thing. So I'm really excited to test this thing out for myself. Will we test that in the river? Absolutely not. But next time we hit the lake, we will. I did also grab some new to me braid, but we got the J Braid Grand, the X8 here. And I bought the 8-pound test of that, 300 yards in the chartreuse color, specifically for the Stratic. And you can see it's actually spooled up on there right now. So there's that J Braid in chartreuse. Pretty slick, first time using it for me. I think the price point was around like 30 bucks for 300 yards. Some of them were on sale on Omnia, so you get like 20 bucks for some of the colors. I'm excited to test that out. I'll report back once I see how it goes. Okay, another new bait that we needed to try out. We got the chicken nugget here from Outcast. I know a lot of people are gonna say it's a bucktail jig. It's just a hair jig, right? I get it, I hear you. Outcast just claimed it as their own, the way that they set theirs up. Check this out. So we have the chicken rig. Should be the upsized version, so I think it's like a 7/0 hook that they use on these. Usually 3/4 of an ounce, even up to an ounce, so just big old hair jig. And then what you're gonna get with the chicken nugget is the downsized version. A lot shorter, a lot less of that material on there, and a little bit of a smaller hook on there as well. You can see even the jig head is like quite a bit skinnier on this. So with the chicken nugget, we ended up going with the 4/0 hook, the 3/8 of an ounce. One of my biggest fish of the year last year was on that full-size chicken rig, so I'm excited to test out the chicken nugget this year, especially this time of year with those colder water temps. Hair jigs, bucktail jigs, things like that are always effective, so throw a chicken nugget maybe? I will say the only disappointing thing about the chicken nugget and the chicken rig is they are expensive as heck. So that rig right there is $14.99 per jig. $17.99 for the full chicken rig. Ouch. If they're catching giant fish for me, like maybe that's where I'm totally okay with spending up though. Everything else from Omnia we picked up is from our boys over at Z-Man. We had to test this out. So of course we picked out the graph shads now. Will we always use it forward facing? No. But will we use it forward facing at least once? Absolutely yes. Oh yeah. Personally, I think these are really cool and they come in their own little clamshell here. So you guys know Z-Man, it can't mix with other plastics. They don't play nice. It's gonna melt everything you own, including itself. So what you can do instead is just keep this clamshell. So similar concept that they had with their Gobius, right? And the Mulletron and the Shadtron, they all come with their own clamshells and they just have these little tabs and you just flip the tab over like that and that locks it so it doesn't just open on you. But here's the graph shad. One comes pre-rigged and then you actually get a spare tail as well. It's a slightly denser, I was a little surprised right when I unboxed this. So it's like a slightly denser Elastec, not the super soft Elastec I'm used to, which I kind of like. You got this little vertical forked tail where the upper fin is actually a little bit thinner than the bottom one. So it gives it a little different action there. We ended up going with the 1/4 ounce. These are 3.8 inches. There's your spare tail there. And this is actually a line through. And also you can see that the weight is on the jig head. So they print the weight on the jig head. There's your line through. So the line goes through there, actually ties on right underneath it right here. And that gives you a more horizontal presentation. So these are really cool and I am definitely pumped to test this out. And then Paul was super jealous of all the fish I was catching on these last year. So he ended up getting his own. But we got the micro TRDs in Copper Truce, favorite color #1, and in PBJ, favorite color #2. If you like fishing finesse jigs or smaller compact jigs, those end up being fantastic trailers. If you're like a mid-sized compact jig, you can throw the regular Z-Man TRDs. TRDs make amazing jig trailers. And other than that, we actually like to micro Texas rig those a lot. And Jika rig too. Last thing from Omnia that we grabbed, a couple of the newer Micro Finesse series baits. So we got the Baby Ballers, got these in Purple Death. That's just such a juicy color. But yeah, just a little swim bait body bait with a little ball tail on the end there. Look at that. So tiny, so squishy, so stretchy, so nice. Also grabbed the Guppy Grubs. These are really cool. Again, same kind of like bigger swim bait body to it, and then you got the curly tail. And we grabbed those in electric chicken because we plan on catching a bunch of crappie this year. I think that's a great crappie rig. And what are you gonna pair that up with? You go with the 1/16 ounce micro shad heads. These are really cool. Take a look at that. I was actually with one of the product developers from Z-Man in Tampa Bay last year and saw these before they dropped, and I've been pumped about them ever since, so I had to get my own. Finally, we picked up some. So 1/16 ounce, this is gonna be really good for us. We ended up going with the glow color just because it's similar to white, good all around. The other two colors that they had on Omnia were pink and chartreuse, which can be really effective as well. We just opted for like the most subtle color. And with that, we're done with Omnia. We're moving to another order we did that you also saw in the shopping video, the hookup tackle. The hookup tackle, if you guys haven't been to their store, is fantastic if you're looking for any JDM products, any of them. They have a ton of exclusives. They often get things ahead of time before even like Tackle Warehouse or Omnia can even carry them. And it's a great option if you're looking for just domestic shipping versus going overseas shipping. They're also a small American business, so I like to give credit where credit's due. I think they're doing great things. They even have a physical store and an online store. Check them out. We are getting the hookup tackle bento box, which is now quarterly. It's 200 bucks a quarter. Comes with all sorts of fancy baits. Really excited for that, so stay tuned. That unboxing should be coming in the next maybe month. Hopefully we're getting our first box soon. I had to go there because they were the only ones with the 5-inch mag draft in stock. Nobody else has these in stock right now. Maybe by the time you see this video, they're getting some stock on different websites. But as far as when I recorded this, nobody had it. But we found some, so we're excited to use these. Actually gonna use these on the river tomorrow as well. 3/4 of an ounce and 5 inches. This little baby mag draft is gonna do work for us. Just make sure you keep the original clamshell that it comes with. Just dispose of said cardboard. Nobody cares about that. Well, I know some people care about it, like collectors. Sorry, I don't care about it. So you just save this portion right here, just so it doesn't, that soft plastic doesn't get torn up or get in contact with other baits that you have. And it's just got this little tab at the top that you just fold through. But look at this, let's go. Colors we ended up grabbing were Celeste, cool color. Also great video game for my nerds. One of my favorite video games of all time, actually. And then Whiteback Shad was the other one, this one, in fact. Hashtag dibs mine, because I really like this color. So a little bit of flash to it, little blues and whites, a little more translucent on the bottom there. But everything you love in your normal mag drafts, now baby sized. It's quite a bit different from even the 6. Like, here's a 6-inch in perch. Look at that. That 1 inch makes a huge difference. Also, just the belly is shrunk down. Everything's just mini size. And for where we fish in Michigan, with these colder water temps, more clear water, something like this is gonna get bit potentially 5 times more than my 6, the 8, or the 10-inch mag draft will. And don't get me wrong, like, I've caught on the big mag draft. I have an 8-incher in white and like the albino, like the base color that most people end up with when they first grab one of these. I've caught a couple big pike on it, but other than that, like, it's just not something I gravitate towards. This would be something I'll grab first. And here's a closer look at that Celeste, more of just like an opaque colorway in sort of a shad pattern to it. Before we get to the stuff people sent us, we paid for all that other junk. It was expensive. That was probably a $600 order. I did get some gifties from Debo's Fishing that I wanted to share with you guys. So I actually did a little trade-z. Sent him an Abu Garcia Revo SX, and I sent it to him because the drag had blown out on me. Something was wrong with it. He said he wanted to tinker with it. I said, dude, just keep it, take it forever. I don't care. And he was like, okay, what do you want for it? I was like, I don't know, send me whatever you want. We ended up with these 2 things. So I've got a Regal LT, the 2500, and then I've also got a Shimano NexSave 2500, which is cool because recently we've been doing some exploration with like budget spinning options, and these both fit that category. Now, neither are brand new, obviously. A NexSave's been around for a while. Here's that NexSave. Take a look at that. So for around a $50 reel, I think that this gives you a pretty good bang for your buck. A lot of what you're losing out on versus the higher end Shimano reels is going to be the weight and then the durability. So it's still fairly smooth. You still get that really nice handle that you get on most Shimano models. Everything else is just built like heavy. That's it. It's just heavy. That's like the biggest knock I can give for it. Other than that, like, it feels really smooth. It's actually a really nice reel for 50 bucks. Like, I'm down any day of the week. I'd be picking that up. So I'm gonna dink around with it a little bit. We'll get out on the water with it. But what I'm more excited for, I'm actually going to the river with this one tomorrow, is that new Daiwa Regal. New-ish, I should say, but this is a Regal LT 2500, and it comes with, it does not show, I can't do it justice on camera, but it's almost like a purple lavender-ish type color with a little sparkle to it. I think it's really cool. Comes with that big old power knob on it, which makes total sense when I'm fishing on a medium rod and I'm fishing tiny little tube jigs and Ned rigs most of the time, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, overall, feels pretty smooth. I've got it spooled up with some new line that Debo actually sent me. So I got this 15-pound braid. This is the P-Line Zero Fade braid, which is nice, but it's more importantly the Endure X. So it was funny, like I was actually looking at getting this when we grabbed the other line I showed you, that J-Braid Grand. And Debo was like, I already got this, I'll just send you some of this as well. So awesome. It was just a brand new 15-pound test, 300-yard spool. So thanks to Debo for the treats, man. So I got it spooled up, ready to rock there. I think both those reels are gonna be great options. The Regal comes in normally at $69.99. Sometimes you can get it on sale. So, you know, $60, $70 reel, pretty solid. I think it's gonna hold up. So other than the gifts that we got from Debo, we did get a bunch of stuff sent to us by a couple of companies. Now, you guys know the deal with us. If you're new to the channel, here's the deal with us. We don't have any sponsors. We don't take payments to make videos for these guys. If they wanna send us stuff, they send us stuff. They know the deal. And if we like it, we'll say we like it. If we don't like it, we'll say what we don't like about it. And that's how it goes. So first up, let's take a look at Dehukr. So funny thing is, Paul actually picked us up like an Amazon cheap version of this. Somebody already copied this thing. I can tell you, having held both, this one is quite a bit more heavy duty feeling. This one feels like the real deal. The other one just feels like super cheap plastic. So there is a noticeable difference, but here you go. So the Dehukr, if you're unfamiliar with it, is a hook removal tool. And what you do is this. Look at this. Look how deep the hook is that he did. That's insane. If you haven't seen it, this guy does demos on prosthetics, but he also does demos on himself. I've literally watched videos of him. Go check out Dehukr content. Be careful when you search it. Make sure you search like this. Search the right kind of Dehukr content. But he actually like just stabs trebles into his forearm and then he yoinks it out with this thing. It's pretty nuts. I saw this at ICAST last year and the guy's been blowing up ever since. So definitely cool. A little product and something that I'm gonna keep near my first aid stuff on the boat. You never know when you're gonna need it. Then we got another surprise delivery right here. So this is from Rod Glove. If you guys aren't familiar with Rod Glove, basically just an upgraded rod sleeve. Neoprene material with some elastic so it actually like hangs onto your reel and stays in place. The cool thing about this order, shall I show you? Look at that. They printed our logo on it. That's freaking cool, man. So this is the casting variety, the casting, and then you've got this little bungee section down here. So you loop this around your reel handle and tighten it up so it holds in place and protects your rod. And then at the tip here, they got another little bungee thing in case you wanna like, I don't know, hang this or something. I don't know what that's for. I don't use rod sleeves ever. I'm gonna try to be better about it because the other day one of Paul's very expensive rods broke. So maybe we need to be more gentle with our gear. But I just thought it was cool that they printed the logo on there for us. That's awesome. So they sent us a bunch of these, a bunch of different colors. Don't worry, Paul's gonna get some of these, I guess. They printed more of them. I didn't even notice. This one has the purple logo on it. Let's go. Ah, and so does the spinning reel one. There are some that are just blank in here, but a lot of these actually have the logo on them, which is cool. Got a camo option as well. This is the spinning one. I'm gonna grab one out for you guys. Oh, the red is so aggressive. That's going to Paul, hands down. All right, so let's check out one of the spinning reel ones. And again, there's the logo looking awesome. And we're gonna go ahead and put this over the rod that I'm taking to the river. You just bungee it to the handle and you are good to go. Cool, so shout out to Rod Glove for sending us those with the branding on it. That was awesome. Finally, we got the big box. It's big for a reason. So you're like, what is this for? This big old shield, this Captain America shield. This is for the Buzbe Hive boxes. We've unboxed these on the channel before, but here's what they are. There it is. So they come with these super heavy duty lids. You can legit just stand on these things. It will not break. It's essentially a super premium storage bin. And I'll show you some of the features on it in a second, but right now it's full of stuff. So like I was saying, we've unboxed these on the channel before. Here's actually the small version. I really like the the smaller box, but look at this. What's cool about these is they have a bunch of adjustable dividers. You can see all the little lines there, so you can get extras of these. They come with 3 right off the bat, and you can slot them in and divide them up however you want. And then it has 6 super heavy duty latches. Like I said, you can straight up just stand on these things. I'm standing on it right now. They're really heavy duty, and we've got a cool little hinge system, so you can actually leave it attached on the back there, and it'll open up just like that. And we got a waterproof gasket around the outside. I've actually been using one for my kayak build equipment for a long time, so you see all the wires and stuff in there. They are a little pricey. If you're gonna get them, I would recommend the bundle. That's where you get the most savings. So then, our buddy Caleb just sent us a whole bunch of spinning reel covers, which are pretty neat, and considering that I just got my bougiest reel that I've ever owned, I'm gonna use these. These actually work for right or left side reels, which is cool. All you do is shove your reel in there, stick the handle through. It's got this Velcro strap that you wrap around your line, so the line still has the ability to go through there. You take that top cover, fold it over, Velcro it shut. Look at that. There you go. Look at that. Now all your gear's protected. So if you're going on a road trip, you got a bunch of gear, you're gonna leave it all together. That's like the only time I use rod and reel covers. I really don't use them at all right now, but I should start doing that. Keep my stuff safe. So I'm gonna do that. Did send us some lids as well. I've always liked these. I think last time I gave Paul the white one, so I'm gonna keep that one for myself this time. White, black, gray, even the yellow gray is cool. I mean, these are all solid lids. Really like the little honeycomb pattern for the mesh on the back on these too. Ooh. It's got that premium bagged apparel too. So this was like originally all he was gonna send us, this is all we asked for, was the new sun shirts. Man, Caleb does not mess around. These are built nice, really stretchy, seems lightweight. I mean, I think these are gonna be solid. Designed in Louisiana. So here's an XL for me. I don't know, I'm pretty pumped for these. It feels like a really nice material. Then we got a gray yellow as well. Still like winter coat season, but eventually I'll be able to wear those in the summer. Those are really nice. We've used these a ton in the past, but here's the fast flats. This skinny one is actually pretty nice. You got these little tabs here that you can zip tie it to something. If you just want to like store tools, I think that these are great. I used to have one of these on either side of the Vantage Pro seat from Hobie. I mean, I think they're pretty good. You might like it. Buy it or don't. Here's something I needed a while ago, but I'm excited we have now. The Velcro labels. We've been using the Quick Cubes for a long time. So you just take this little label here, it Velcros to the top, and then you can write on there with marker. Pretty cool idea. Whoa. And you get like 6 to each of these packs here, which ends up being like a zillion. 12 in this one plastic right here. Okay, but last but not least, I'm really excited about this because this is brand new to a lot of people. And that's the new Buzbe Breeze bags. So they are actually fully mesh on that side and that side. These are cool. Obviously not waterproof. Ooh, silica gel. Save that. We've talked about that in other videos. There you go. Ultra breathable. No water is gonna sit in there because it's just gonna filter out through the mesh. I think that's a really cool idea, cool little concept, something new, something different. And he sent us a bunch of different sizes for these too. Check this out. So we've got the large deep breeze bags. One of those is going to Paul. So there's the medium deep. There's the large deep, fully meshed out. But, and this is the first time we've gotten one of these, we've also got the Breezeway Swarm bag. This thing is nuts. Gosh dang heavy duty. So he included another breeze bag on the inside, but you can also put tackle boxes in there. So we've got a 3600 thin and then a 3600 deep size. So this is actually the Colony 15 deep of the Buzbe Basics, which I don't believe I have. No, I don't have any of these. So you end up with just this heavy duty, soft-sided tackle bag. And it does come with a shoulder strap. So we can take our shoulder strap here, we clip this on the side. If you want to head down to the bank, grab your 3600. I believe they have a 3700 size of this too. But you grab your boxes, toss them in there. And you can take one of these Breeze cubes, 3600 deep, shove that in there with like your plastics and stuff. And there you go. That'll take all your tackle, everything that you need for the day right there. Boom, done. That is a pretty cool little package. Oh, there's a little grid clip-on thing there that actually moves side to side as well. Or off, if you want to just take it off. Clip a tool on there or something. There's actually on the sides as well. A little heavy-duty handle on the back and the top. Look at that. All right, you guys, holy crap, that was a lot of stuff that we unboxed today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Maybe you got some ideas for things that you want to pick up for this season. Let us know in the comments below what you guys thought about all these products. Were they good? Were they meh? Did you like them? Did you not like them? We'd love to hear some feedback on that. Also, if there's anything that you want to see us fish, test out, or try this year, let us know in the comments as well. We read all the comments. We appreciate feedback from you guys, and it helps us a lot to make better content that you actually want in the future. So, hey, help us run the channel. If you want to see how this stuff holds up on the water, stay tuned, stay subscribed, smash a like on this video, and we will drop future videos because we always do follow-up reviews, not just the unboxing. So the on the water content is coming. We had our first open water day fishing last week, and now we can finally get out on the water almost every single weekend. So stay tuned for that content as well. And thanks again for watching this video. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.